Here we are coming to you live from the 2020 CSI Expo here in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is BCAPL 9-ball Scotch doubles gold division. We're several rounds in here. This match coming up is got Stevens and Ott versus Hernandez and Joe. You guys are going to kind of have to try and help me on the chat room. Let's see if my phone is registering. I can't say we are having some technical difficulties, but I myself appear to be having a couple technical difficulties. Hopefully we'll be right with you. Thank y'all for tuning in out there. And it looks like Mr. Joe checking the rack, making sure he's got something good to work with. Not electing to use a magic rack. Looks like hard rack all the way. All right, everybody. Hopefully the stream is looking good there. I'm going to step off for a minute and make sure that I'm good to go on my end. I'll be right back. Looking forward to being with you guys. Here we go. Opening break. Good contact. Got a little kick. It's one of the hardest things with bar box 8-ball is, you want to squat that cue ball, but man, in the center of that table, there's a lot of balls flying around. It's really, really easy to get kicked. Well, everybody, I'm going to do whatever I can to start working with the chat room, but it's not registering for me. So if I'm ignoring you in the chat room, don't take it personal. It's a good spread, but it doesn't look like anything fell. That brings Stevens and Ott to the table. Nice shot there. So yeah, this is a tough call. You've got a treble ball with the 14 on the right-hand side there. Kind of trying to stick through that side, make sure you deal with some of these. I might have taken the 15 ball there to try and deal with a 2-6 to clear up that ball. Because right now what you're doing, you're taking away your breakout ball. Oh, and unfortunately rattled that ball trying to get it. And that was the 13. I'm going to do everything that I can to see these balls correctly, but it's difficult on this monitor. And that will bring Hernandez Joe back to the table after a dry break. This is Mr. Hernandez. And solids are looking pretty juicy here. Man, oh man. Don't want to overroll this 5 ball. I kind of like drawing around it or just nudging that 7 forward, which is a good shot. Unfortunately, ended up pretty on top of that ball. You're going to have to cut that pretty thin. But I've seen this fella play. I've seen Mr. Joe play in the past, and he's up to the task. So I think this is going to be, I'd probably be playing over and back for the 1 ball next. Looks like he's probably going to hit it kind of soft. There you go. Leaving yourself a little steep on that 1 ball, but plenty of angle. I don't think I want to try to get around. Oh, the 4 ball's right there. Perfect. I mean, perfect. Unless it doesn't get there. No way. And what you saw there also was that floor ball hitting the glue spot. That's a foul. There's no rail. I'm not sure if the other team recognizes it. Looks like they're having that talk now. Oh, and it's in the jaws, but it looks like, I mean, that four ball was rolling in. It looks like it hit the glue spot right there. Starting with the 14. All right. I probably would have gone to the side pocket shot there next. From here, I'm probably going to go 13-11 and back out. Unless you want to take the 13 and come up through that 6-8 gap and play that ball right in the center of the table on the side. I like that shot. Like I said, I'm coming to you live here with Bad Boys TV from Las Vegas, Nevada. This is Summerfield Happener, and we're excited to have all you guys. This is the 2020 CSI Expo. This is the BCAPL 8-ball Scotch doubles division, gold Scotch doubles division. Boy, and that it looks like you got part of a pocket here. Looks like there's no question though. Oh man, that's a great shot. If you're shooting like that, you're out on this table. So, don't want to do too much with the side rail. I'm going to want to draw or just come across and back. And that, oh, nice and easy. And that's why I get yelled at when I play nice and easy, is because I end up overthrowing a ball. I mean, you lay up, your cue ball's still in a good position, but it's so easy to just come over and back. So that's an unfortunate situation. Looks like he's probably going to follow this forward and take the 2 next. All right. A little steep of an angle there. But if you play this just straight forward, you're going to come between that 6-8 and have a good shot on the 6-1. Oh, making contact with it. And that's a tricky position to be in. All of a sudden, you're left with a bank on that 6 ball. Try to do something with the 3. I kind of like using the 3 to make the 9 ball and sucking up on that 8 ball so they don't have a shot on the 15. Looks like going to back cut the 3 ball on the side. That's a good shot. Get in there. Ooh. Man, it gets on the right side of the 1. Good shot. And again, I'm not trying to hold this ball. I want to come up and back. Makes contact. Get out of the way, 8 ball. All right, looks like he's just fine. Kind of coming to the wrong side here. Maybe trying to take the 8 ball in the same corner pocket. Or may just go a little bit forward and take the 8 in the side. And he seems to shoot pretty soft, conservative, great bar box speed to play with. Yeah, you've got a nice simple cut in the side pocket there. Maybe a little steeper than you'd like to be, but as long as you make sure you don't make contact with that 11 ball, you're looking pretty good. The thing to look out for here is making contact with the top side of the 11 and ending up scratching. All right, so just makes good, firm contact with the 11. And that's 1. Hernandez Joe getting on the board. This is a race to 3 Scotch doubles. It's a quick race, man. These guys, I saw one that was 2-0 and it came back to Hill in no time. I couldn't believe it was, case game for the one team, and then I couldn't believe it was Hill. Happens quick. Both these teams are obviously shooting pretty strong. There's more innings at the table that time than I thought there would be with how strong they were shooting. Scotch is a tricky game. Yeah, it definitely shows you what you're doing with the ball as opposed to your teammate. And some teams just make it work so well. I've had moments shooting Scotch where I feel like I shoot stronger with a partner than I do on my own. And I would like to not believe that's because my partner is a way stronger player than I am, but that may be the case. And Stevens out with their break. Hernandez, Joe holding serve. Let's see what they can do with it. Both teams playing with a hard rack. An 8-ball, that's pretty common. The Magic Rack 9-ball, I mean, just makes such a huge difference. But an 8-ball, really hard to keep. Oh, I'm a total lie. They're shooting with the Magic Rack, as you can plainly see. And that looked like a terrific spread. Makes a ball. Boy, oh boy. They look like there's too many stripes out there. Maybe they're just all clustered. All right, 7 stripes up, 4 solids up. I don't know that solids are your shot, though. It's easy to want the balls that have less on the table, but the fact is, the more stripes you got, the more options you have. A little bit of trouble with that 15 ball between the 6-5, I believe. Looks like they're attempting the 3-ball combo here. It's a pretty tricky shot, but that 6 ball is real close to the pocket. It's easy to take those shots for granted. And boy, that pretty looking table just disappeared real quick. However, the solids look terrific. Yeah, if you're shooting solids right now, you're out. I want to play the 6-1-5-4-8. Got that great little gap between the 11-10. As long as you get, pretty good on that 1 ball, I would play the 6 ball with high inside to stay on the left side of the 5. Come up, be able to play a nice easy stop on the 1. Nice easy, drift over to the 4. Let's see what Mr. Joe decides to do. Interesting looking bridge he's got there. He may have got that bridge at Burning Man. It's hard to say. All right, a little bit of high inside here. Let's see if he stays on that side. No, he's coming to the other side of the ball and hoping to play the 5 ball next on the side. Also a really good shot and probably a more natural shot. I tend to shoot inside, something that's kind of fighting my speed, whereas I think Joe likes to work with his natural speed and the natural line coming off the object ball. I do not have terrific control with my speed, so it's easier for me to taper that speed coming off with a little bit of counteractive English. This 5 ball, I'm running around 3 rails. I'm going to hit that with a little speed and come around because I usually tend to cut that ball just not quite as clean as I do if I hit it with a little pace. At this point for stripes, this is a game of patience. If you leave an open ball, it's really, really likely that solids are going to get out here. So I'm probably going to hit off that 15 and try and play safe behind the 8-9. All right, there you go. And that leaves you a little bit of room. Still tough, though. I'm not sure if that 10 goes by the 8. I'm not sure if that 13 has room to go past the 15. Does look like I'm just guessing that's the 10 ball. Oh, man, and a miscue there. Not sure if it was a legal miscue. Got in a pretty good position, though, and definitely complicated things on the other end of the table. Let's see what Mr. Joe's going to end up doing with it. I don't think he can see enough of that ball to cut it down the rail. So probably going to have to kick that ball. Well, Stripes weren't able to execute a perfect safe, but definitely changed the game around. And yeah, they're making things tougher on Hernandez Joe with a 1-0 lead. All right, what's the move here? It's hard to see over that beautiful head of hair. I'm gonna make sure not to clip that 15. That's a shot where I'm calling a ref, and that's exactly why I don't know how they're gonna call it, but this may be a little discrepancy. If you're asking me, he clipped that 15 ball coming in. I saw the hit. Yeah, that's. I want so much to have a ref make that call and not me. Everybody thinks it's gonna be clean, and then in the moment, it gets tough. All right. I am officially in the chat room. Sorry it took me this long. And Steven's out with a great opportunity to break it even here. Stripes are still, honestly, stripes are looking pretty good at this point. There's not a lot of trouble. Just don't dig yourself into trouble. I'm not really sure I want to play that ball that way. It looks like now you got to kiss off this 9, hit into the 11. I'm going to try and push forward on this and make sure that I have a good clean line on the 12 ball. Yeah, I don't want to get stuck there. Don't want to be shooting a combo. I don't want to shoot another ball into that cluster, as it could very well get tied up. At this point, I'm going to try and play that 15 ball and then the 11 in the upper right-hand corner pocket. With that side rail that close, it's pretty tough to contain that nice straight line. Easier to come across like that. There again is that nice natural line that I am so incapable of finding. The 11, I don't like trying to hold it because you're on the opposite side, but it looks like they might be straight enough to do that. I like pushing through it, so I know that I'm on the top side of that 12 ball. That way I have a nice, easy drift down to the 8, even with the 5 in my line. I just don't want to draw and then block myself from the 12 with the 5. Well, and unfortunately missed the ball. Yeah. That's a tough miss right there. And kind of a tricky little shot here from Mr. Hernandez as well. Because it's a steeper cut than it seems like on the 4 ball. Hits that really well. The nice thing about this is he's realizing you can make that 8 ball from anywhere on the table. So as long as Mr. Joe pockets this 4 ball, I'm confident that as long as you don't leave me half a diamond on the right hand side within that half diamond, I'm good to go. Kind of a snooker style stance. I played against this fella in Lincoln City though, and he shoots real straight, real conservative, strong player. Here we go. This is to take a 2-0 lead in this race to 3. Big shot. Well executed. And Hernandez Joe taking a 2-0 lead against Stevens Odd. And with the break, probably not as big of an advantage in Scotch as it is in singles. Not quite as many break and runs. But these racks start to peel apart really quick as well. And they are going to the hard rack. This time I'm sure of it. I might not have been so sure last time, but this time I'm sure. Hope it sounds like I might have been kind of faint this whole time. Hopefully it's sounding a little bit better for all the nobody who's listening out there. If you are listening out there, say hello. Jump in the chat room. Tell me I'm quiet. Tell me I'm too loud. Tell me I need to learn how to play better pattern 8 ball. This is Mr. Joe to break. Nice straight on, old school head ball break. Probably going to see a good pop on this ball and hope to squat in the center of the table. A little bit off center there. Pocketing a ball, maybe just the one. And like I was saying earlier when I was working with Mike, this is just, bar box 8 ball is so clustery. It's a really, really challenging game. And I just got done playing bar box 9 ball. It's open. It's easy. It's just connect the dots. It's don't make a mistake pool. And this is just such a different game. It's a game that I prefer at its core, but it just stresses me out. Look at all these clusters. There's so many things to deal with, but there's also so many smart ways to play this game, and that's one of the fun things about watching how different people see an 8-ball rack. So utilizing that rule where you can shoot an opposite suit when the table's still open. This is Hernandez Joe claiming solids. Just going to draw a little bit off this 5-ball. Man, I know the feeling. And rattling that 5-ball, it sure rattled the heck out of there back towards the left side pocket. Stripes are not looking great. I think that bottom ball is the 15. I'm not sure the 15 passes the 2. That's what he's taking a look at right now. If it does, man, if you can make this ball and push with some high right to get around and take that, let's call it the 12 ball in the lower right-hand corner pocket next, then you're looking really good. If you can take it and come right between those two stripes, looking pretty good. I'm not sure, though. I think that's a small piece of a pocket, if there is a pocket there. Taking his time to look at this. I had a pretty good run today playing 9-ball, and I really attribute it to taking my time with my shots. I'm a player who tends to play fast, gets down on the ball, really doesn't adjust, not a great pre-shot routine. And I know that I played a better pool game today because of how patiently I looked at the table, addressed my shot. And he wasn't even looking to pocket that ball. He was just hoping to clog things up. I think he was hoping to get behind either that 6 or the 2. Looks like he left. I mean, it's hard to leave that window, but somehow it always seems to happen that way, doesn't it? So left a window to the 5. And got to do something here with the 7-ball. Looks pretty straight. Probably not going to go forward. Pretty easy to draw back at that side rail. And it looks like that's it. You just don't want to come too far off that side rail because everything is guided towards that lower right-hand corner pocket. So there you go. I mean, you made a good shot, and you got him on, I think that 4-ball passes the 12. And again, it looks like he's drawn into this ball. I just want to be rolling this ball forward, and he does really well. I was thinking he was going to hit that with a fuller stroke, but that's a really nice play on the ball. It's really unfortunate that didn't go in. And Stripes right now in a really good position to get out. I want to take the 11-ball right now. I then want to take the 12 in the left-hand side pocket, the 14 in the right-hand side pocket, and the 9-ball either in the side or the upper right-hand corner pocket. But right now you've got a good line to get on 2 balls that don't have a lot of opportunity otherwise. A little bit of high left here. Nice and easy. Overran it a little bit, but the shot's still there. It's tempting to want to take the 9-ball right now, but I think that's a mistake. If you take the 9, you're on the opposite side of both balls you want to be on. From here, I think you either play safe or you cut that 15 like a boss. I hope it's the 15. The ball by the 3-ball. Takes the 9. And I guess that's what I'm afraid of. It's a tricky shot. There's not a whole lot you can do now. There's not a whole lot of safety option. Maybe trying to sneak this ball by. Maybe trying to go underneath the ball and catch rail ball. I am confused. Okay, they were playing safe. That's what happened. And now Mr. Joe, excuse me, sorry you guys. So that's what happened is they called safe. But unfortunately, they took away one of their tools to deal with their challenging balls. When you start running into clogged up balls, you really want to have all of the tools that you have out there, all your balls left, to try and get in good position. Right now, it looks like you got to cut on the 14. What do you do with your other stripe? I would think about thinning. I'd think about pushing this ball up past the side pocket and getting down towards the head rail. See, I like that, except that what are you doing with the 14 ball now? You only have one pocket for it, and a lot of options here for solids. So if you're anywhere in the lower right left-hand corner of this table, you're pretty much safe from stripes. So I think that's what you're going to see is no, it looks like he's firing this ball. I don't think I'm going to shoot that ball. Hits it really, really well, though. These guys' shot making is a lot stronger than mine. Still in a tough spot. For you to pop up and have that 6 ball in the lower left-hand corner pocket, you got to pop this ball. You're jacked up over the 6. You're coming into that rail real hard. I guess, you can try and run into those balls. It's easy to get stuck down there. And now I'm starting to look at the carom off the 3 ball. I'm starting to look at all sorts of stuff that I didn't need to. If you thin off this 6 ball, you're still not dealing with the clutter, but you can leave yourself kind of by that lower left-hand corner pocket, and you get that nice line separating them. As long as you really thin that 6 and make sure either the 6 or 3 stays in the way of the 15. I think that's the shot here. These guys like to shoot, though. And it looks like he just called the lower left-hand corner pocket. I think he is playing the carom. I think he's going to hit right into that side rail. Man, almost drilled it. But again, a great two-way shot. So here they are, 50-yard line on the 15, jam bank on the green ball. Yeah. And looks like taking the tough cut here. Drills it, knocks the 13 out. Great play. 14 out. It's like trying to play 2 rails around for it, but you got to throw that ball a little more. So a little bit of high right is going to get you back towards that left side so you're not leaving that steep cut. However, it's also going to accelerate your cue ball. It's really easy to get in trouble that way. But right now, this is a huge shot for Stevens. This is to stay alive, down 2-0. Drill this 8 ball, you're going to game 4. Nice shot. There we go, on the board. And just like that, it can turn around. And now it's 1-2 for those guys. They're breaking. Going to see the magic rack again. Well, it looks like not a lot's going on out there in the chat room. Looks like Bang Time Pool. Big shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in. We've had a really fun day here at the 2020 CSI Expo here in Las Vegas, Nevada. The BCAPL 8-ball Scotch Doubles Gold Division. These guys are a couple rounds deep. It looks like this is a bottom side match, L3-18. And we're mounting a comeback here. Let's see what they can do with this break. Stevens on. Breaking off the rail, off to the side. Looks like a second ball break. That's a terrific break. Man, when you make a ball and you break like that, you're in good shape. This is wide open for stripes right now. I don't even think you think about solids. I guess you think about solids. You can play that 7 ball, but you still got to deal with the 11 under the 6-2. I guess the 9 is something to deal with. I like drifting forward past the 9 ball right now and then taking the 9 in the upper right-hand corner pocket. Hit that a little more firm than I probably would have, but knew he was getting to that rail. Great shot. I mean, you deal with this 9 ball right now and you get yourself in position on the 11. I like playing the 9 and leaving myself somewhere where I can stop for a cut on the 11 ball. And as long as I'm on the left side of the table, all 3 of those balls go in the lower right-hand corner pocket. I don't like saving the 9. I don't like saving the 9 for that pressure shot. It's an easy one to miss. Making contact with the 11. Let's see. Communication is such a huge thing, you know, knowing what your partner's thinking. He could have been putting him on that 9 ball and not saying anything. All of a sudden he's like, no, I'm putting you back on that. I need you to take it this time. But that's one of the nice changes with Scotch doubles rules is that you can communicate with your partner. And now it's just about who plays better together. I've seen a lot of people who take their time communicating, but it doesn't do them any good because they don't, I don't know, the rapport is not there. And that's one of the really tough things. Everybody here's in a pressure situation. It's easy to find an excuse. It's a great line for that 9. This is looking like a great line for the 11 next. Drifts out beautifully. And at this point, I mean, you just pocket that 11 ball. Try to not get under the 12. But yeah, I would say over, straighten back. Hit this. Yep. Beautiful. Beautiful. Who cares if you're under it? A little bit straight on the 13. I can't tell if you want to go into the bottom rail or if you want to draw out of this, but it looks like drawing back to that side rail and back out. I think that's the shot here. And you're in a great position right now to go hill with a break and run. Drawing back for a nice easy shot in the 8 ball. Beautifully executed. Boy, and I tell you, they were a little slow getting started, but Steven's on. Turning the pressure on. Great out. Holy cow. So 2-2, we got a barn burner. Hill thriller. Hernandez Joe with the right to break on this Hill match. This is Summerfield Habner coming to you live with Bad Boys TV, brought to you by OBQs, the Bad Boys themselves, the USAPL. It's been a really fun adventure. I've never been down here before. This is just a great tournament. Bad Boys puts on a heck of an event. So our first little transition trouble between 9 ball and Scotch, but man, just breezed through it like it was nothing. And all right, so back to the hard rack. Let's see how this break goes. I think Joe has broken every time. So let's see if he can put him in a good position to answer with that break and run. Center ball. I really like this break a lot, and I think that's how you like to hit it. Look at that spread. Kind of got a little clustery at the end, but if you make a ball with that break, you're in a good position to run out. And if you don't make a ball with that break, your opponent is in a great position to run out. And that's why I've been playing around with the second ball break a little bit more. Is I just don't want to break great for my opponent anymore. And I'm so good at it. Oh, got a little funky on that one. I can't tell how in the pocket it is. But yeah, that looks on top of it. That might be impossible to make. Maybe not impossible. That might be very challenging to make in the side, especially with the 13 guiding a scratch. He might be shooting over a ball to avoid that. It looks like he could choose to take the 2 ball right now. Maybe take the 2, and maybe the 1 cuts easier than I think. I'm afraid of that 13. Don't listen to me, though. You do whatever you need to do. Head of hair like that will get you out of a lot of problems. Every now and then, it'll get you into some problems, though, too. I know from experience. All right, so just watching to make sure. Hopefully, he's going to make full contact with that 13 ball. Oh, man, he could hit that ball real thin. Great. So didn't even make contact with a 13. Unfortunately, didn't work out great position-wise. But that 3 ball is the savior ball. Still not sure what's going to happen with the 6. I'm probably going to take the 3 now. How am I going to get on that 6 ball? Yeah, I mean, that's a tough quadrant of the table to get to. You make your 3, you get on the 2. Do you get on the 2? Okay. At this point, you do have an opportunity to get over there. And the 6 ball does go in the right-hand side pocket. So that's something to think about. He's a really smart player. I think that Joe is going to try and play safe here. Maybe trying to either nestle behind the 5 ball. I kind of just like playing underneath the 13 here. I like batting my 2 ball towards the center of the table and drawn up under that 13. I maybe not. All right. You can graze off the 6 ball, knocking the 6 towards the lower left-hand corner pocket, leaving them in trouble. Shooting the 5 ball. And if you can get through that gap there, oh, man, great try. And got on the 6 ball. If that ball would have gone, that would have been a hero shot. Man, oh, man. All right, Stevens Ott coming off of a great break and run. Let's see what they can do with it. They get a couple of funky little clusters. I kind of like drawing off this ball and taking the 10 next. That's another great way to do it. Now you got a nice, easy little ramp to get up for the 10. I don't want to wait too long to deal with that 11-9. It looks like the combo is off, but it's so close to the pocket. I'm sure you can manipulate that. And overran that a little bit. At this point, I think I'm going to go back to the 13 ball, and I'm going to work my way back down the table. Taking a look at the combo looks wired into the point. If you have just the 2 balls, that's one thing, but playing with a 3rd ball out there makes that combo tougher. And at this point, Hill, you just don't want to take anything for granted. Yep, I think taking the 13 is the right move here. Drawing off this ball just a little bit. All right. Hopefully you can see enough of the edge of that 9 ball, or that there's a fat enough edge of the 11 that you can pop it off the 11 in the side. No, I guess there isn't. That's tricky. You find yourself in a position where it's not good from there, but where's it going to be good from? All right. 6 ball is your key ball here. Yeah, man. So the 2-6 transition is going to be tough. You're going to play the 5 ball next. I'm going to try and leave myself a little bit more towards the center of the table so that I have 2 rails up by that upper right-hand corner to get back for the 6. It's pretty straight for me. It looks like he's planning on playing just the 1 rail shape. So this is pocketing the 2 ball in the upper left-hand corner pocket and then pushing straight through to take the 6 in the lower right-hand corner pocket. Wants to make sure he doesn't hit too much high and get behind that 11-9. It's easy to do. because once you start punching this shot, you're not going to get as much follow through. So you're going to leave yourself short. There you go. And just got a little spicy with it. I mean, oh, that's so unfortunate. I know your pain so well. He wanted to make sure he pushed through that ball. He didn't want to get stuck there. And because he did, just overhit it a little bit. I don't think he can see an edge of that 6 to pocket in the side. And I'm in a position where I'm saying, shoot. I'm going to try and kick that ball. I'm going to try and kick the 6 in the side. Oh, he's got an edge. Oh, nice try. Oh, man. That's a really unfortunate scratch. There's a situation where I kind of forced it. Probably took that shot a little bit fast. Really, really easy to do. Looks like he knows that ball's going to go. He plays it really smart. If that ball doesn't go, I'm going to leave it behind the 11 ball. It's a great shot. Right now, I'm going to use the 14 to come around to the 11 to get back down to the 10. I don't want to take any risky shot here. I want to leave myself pretty straight on the 11 just so I can drift down for the 10. I know it's only 6 inches off the side. Oh, overran it. So overran it. Still in a good position. Just got to push past that side pocket. So you're just going to see some straight high ball here. It's easy to overrun this as well. Played it nice and easy. And still, yeah, it's so easy. You think you got to shoot top because you're so used to doing, or I do. And all that is really is just a little bit of punch follow, and it's going to drift down. Now you're in a position where you're probably going to make contact with that 8 ball. Or not. Oh, get out of there. Avoids the 8 ball. His first name's Calvin. I just heard him yell it. Big ol' come on, Calvin, from the sidelines. And this is a huge, huge comeback for Steven Zott. Oh, my goodness. Taking the win down. 3-2. Congratulations to you guys. Heck of a match. This is Summerfield Habner with Bad Boys TV coming to you live from the 2020 CSI Expo. What you've been watching here is some BCAPL 8-ball Scotch doubles gold division. This is a bottom side match. This is elimination. Hernandez Joe taking a seat. Steven Zott live to fight another day. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look forward to seeing more of you. We're here forever. We're here for several more weeks to survive the coronavirus. Cheers.